What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. Today I'm going to be showing off my expanded Dragapult VMAX deck. I think the deck really excels in expanded format where there's not as many dark-type Pokemon being played, and you have access to Garbotoxin Garbodor, which can completely shut off the opponent's abilities. Let's take a look at the list. The goal of this deck is to turn off your opponent's abilities and spread tons of damage. Wobbuffet's By Barricade ability is very strong. It stops all abilities from working except for those of Psychic type Pokemon while it's in the active position. It's very easy to retreat into Wobbuffet on the first turn of the game going first with this deck, since we do play 4 copies of Float Stone, which give the Pokemon it's attached to free retreat. And Float Stone pairs perfectly with Garbotoxin Garbodor. While Garbodor has a tool card attached to it, all abilities in play stop working. So with this deck, we're going to want to open with Wobbuffet ideally and set up our Dragapult and our Garbodor behind it, and then as soon as we're ready to start attacking with Dragapult VMAX and its Max Phantom attack, we can have a Garbodor evolved up with a Float Stone on it so that your opponent never has access to their abilities. That's incredibly disruptive. We do play 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer in this deck, which just allows you to discard a special energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Very good against decks that run double Dragon Energy, and there are a lot of them in expanded format. We also play Acerola, which allows us to completely heal our Dragapult VMAX. If it has any damage counters on it, you just pick it up into your hand and all the energy attached to your Dragapult, and then you could just lay a Dragapult back down and start swinging away again with Max Phantom. Max Phantom's damage output can really add up quickly, especially since you're going to be slowing your opponent down to a snail's pace with all of the Garbodor Enhanced Hammer action that we got going on in this deck. And Max Phantom's damage output can be boosted with the help of Muscle Band, which increases its damage output by 20. Marnie is also very good in this deck since it just limits your opponent to a 4-card hand. A lot of times, if you limit your opponent to a 4-card hand under ability lock, they're not going to be drawing out of it, which is very strong for us. We do play 1 copy of Chaotic Swell so that we can keep any sort of annoying stadium at bay. 3 copies of Trainers Mail, just because drawing cards without our own Dedenne or Crobat can be pretty tough, so Trainers Mail helps us to churn through our own deck. A unique function of this deck so that we can actually use Tapu Lele-GX so long as we haven't set up our own Garbotoxin Garbodor yet. Even if we have Wobbuffet in the active position, it only stops abilities of all Pokemon except for Psychic type Pokemon, so we can still use Tapu Lele-GX's Wonder Tag ability to go get us a supporter out of the deck, especially early on. And then Tapu Cure GX is actually amazing in this deck. It heals all damage from 2 of your bench Pokemon, so ideally we can go in and start swinging with Dragapult VMAX, maybe pivot into a different Dragapult VMAX after one takes a hit, and then go in with Tapu Lele-GX's Tapu Cure to heal all the damage from your Dragapult VMAXs so that you can go in and swing some more with Max Phantom. It's a very powerful combo. And then another thing that I love about this deck is that everybody is searchable with Mysterious Treasure. It makes the deck incredibly consistent and a lot of fun to play. Check out the highlights portion ahead and let me know, what do you think of Dragapult VMAX Garbodor in the comments below. It honestly just seems like you go Wob. It seems that way. I mean, that or I go for turn 2 Garb. But I feel like I'd rather go turn 1 Wob. Right? And we just go energy, retreat into Wob. And be like, cool. Alright. And then we go turn 2 Dragapult VMAX. I think, I might be playing against a Pikarom deck. They use lots of Dedennes, things like that. And then we could just buy that time that we need to set up by slowing other decks down, by going into Wobbuffet turn 1. The thing about expanded format as well is that most decks will let you go first. So as a VMAX deck that wants to go first, most of the aggressive decks are choosing to go second. So they just allow you, and it looks like we are playing against Pikarom, they allow you to go first. So you just get to go first. So you can get that Wobbuffet into the active position, turn 1 going first quite often, which is going to throw a big wrench in many of your opponent's strategies, which is very good. Now it looks like my opponent is going straight for the Pikarom. They could still get it if they just draw really well, get a couple of Max Elixir hits, right? Float Stone on the Crobat, couple of Max Elixirs, they could do it. They're actually going to Guzma up the Dragapult to break the lock so that they can Crobat. It's the only draw card they had, which makes sense, but then they do have to use Guzma as their supporter for turn, which means that they are very unlikely to be able to attack, I would think, because unless they drew into Thunder Mountain and Energy off of that Crobat, they would be very unlikely to launch an attack this turn. However, if they do, then that's just a testament to how broken a deck Pikarom is. I mean, they could certainly do it, but I do think that we put our best foot forward here, attempting to slow them down. I could have gone for a Trubbish, but I think that would have just been... It's almost at a certain point, if I go for the Trubbish, right, then no chance. They still got the Guzma turn 1 full blitz. What's the point, chat? We should all just be playing. We should all just play Pikarom. Truthfully, we should all just play Pikarom. What's the point, right? I would need them to miss a lightning. They don't miss a lightning. This is bad. This is bad. This is real bad. Now, hopefully they don't have another attacker. That'd be sick. Oh, they got another attacker too. Yikes. Wow. Yep. Feels bad, man. So Dragapult can attack next turn, but... And my opponent's got to decide whether to... They could just tag bolt me and just go turn 1, gust, 2 prizes. You're done. Even under Wobbuffet, which is like insane. Now they're going to full blitz. Okay. Oh, geez. I've thought about putting super scoop ups in the deck. Listen, grammar time. The odds of that happening were not super high. I think that sometimes you do just get sacked, right? It do be like that sometimes. Okay, we're going to get rid of the Garbodor. Go get ourselves another Dragapult. Go here, and Juniper. Okay. I could evolve into the Dragapult VMAX. I feel like that's pretty much pointless. Okay. Now they're going to have so much energy in play next turn, which is like, yo, thank you so much, Mighty G, for the 300 bits. Yo, that'd be sick. Yeah. Let me finish this and I'll talk to you about that. All right, we'll get rid of this. Get a Trubbish out. Okay, thin that out of the deck. Okay, Trainers Mail. Enhanced Hammer Reverse Seeker. Only Junipered. It's going to be the best card for us. Believe. Just retreat back into Wob and pass. I think. And then see what happens this next turn. I'm here from like 9 to 5 on weekdays. So if you make a trip out to the shop, usually I'm done streaming by like 3 p.m. Eastern time. You make a trip out to the shop, just you know, call ahead, make sure, you know, see, you're like, hey, my home gonna be there this day. It's usually the best way. And then we could go outside and, you know, take a picture or whatever. That'd be cool. But yeah, it's usually the best. I'm not doing a lot of socializing or anything like that right now because obviously there's a pandemic going on, so can't promise a ton of that. But you know, if you make a trip out, we can chat for a little bit. But I can't like sit down and play games or do anything like that. Right. All right. Got Dragapults. They knock out my Trubbish. It's an interesting choice. With the Bolt Hunt. So we are going to go. They don't want that Garbodor. Gonna go here. Seems fine. Get ourselves the Dragapult VMAX. Got it. Energy. There, Juniper. And then just go retreat into this Dragapult. Max Phantom. And doing like 150 here. Place my other damage counters on peek around. Seems fine. Steve's coming up this weekend to sell a bunch of bulk. Yo, thanks. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for supporting the shop at Full Grip. Looks like my opponent might be going for a Tag Bolt here. Could be kind of gnarly. Wouldn't love that. Do have Acerola in my hand. Well, they got the energy they need for a Tag Bolt, so they could knock out my bench Dragapult. Did a change. This certainly seems tough. We're in a little bit of a bind. Does feel like Dimension Valley would be really good just to use Wobbuffet. Doesn't it? Just to use Wobbuffet as like a punch. So they're going to hard retreat, actually, into the peak. Tag Bolt, knock out this. They got Muscle Band. So they don't, no way you get a knockout on the Dragapult. No chance. Dimension Valley seems busted. And we're going to end. Okay. There's an N of mine, finally. So I think what we want to do here, I haven't used Guzma yet. No. And Tag Bolt GX. Potentially it's time to Tapu Cure. They're guaranteed gonna, and then I can end a 1. Right. That or I go Acerola. Okay. Because if I don't end them right now, it's likely that they will just Guzma. So I'm wondering, do I go Acerola? I could Acerola. No, we want to grab Guzma. It's likely that they have Guzma in their hand. So I could end hard retreats. That seems fine. And then just Tapu Cure here, heal that thing. But then they could just full blitz. That's like the scary things. They'd full blitz and then they just maybe retreat into Boltund, take a 1-hit KO or something like that. No, but I guess I knock out the Boltund actually. So that's cool. And we see we're very close. I think a Dimension Valley would be so insane so that you could attack with your Wobbuffets. Just punch out of nowhere with it. I got an energy onto Dedenne. Really want to versus Seeker so that I can N again. That seems really good. They do have Guzma. It's a little bit, but I can just, honestly, if they Guzma and hit into my Dragapult again, they're just going to full blitz it or whatever. Now they have to have Guzma again. I can Enhanced Hammer finally. That's cool. We need them to not have Guzma again. I could go in and attack with a Tapu Lele. Seems like more or less what I have to do. We'll bench that. Juniper. Okay. Get this, go get another Dragapult. Retreat, energy drive. We're going to smack for 160, so it's a 210. So if they don't have Guzma again, they would need Guzma number 4 to win. And then if they don't have it, I can go knock out the peak. I obviously want to find my Swell. That Thunder Mountain being in play is very annoying. Well, let's see what they've got. Acerola would obviously be good. I was thinking like Super Scoop Up in this deck could be really strong. I mean, imagine if we could just hit a Super Scoop Up on this, right? I think Super Scoop Up would be like really gnarly. Being able to randomly pick up your VMAXs. I mean, yeah, I play Acerola, but Super Scoop, you could play like 3 Super Scoop Ups. And then, like, imagine being able to N and Super Scoop Up in the same turn. That'd be so good. Something that I've thought about. So if they full blitz, they knock out my Lele. They're going to N us both. N themselves to 3. Max Potion could also be good. All right, we've got our Dragapult VMAX. I've got N to 1. Attack with Dragapult VMAX. They're going to full blitz. All right, Lele's gone. How much more energy do they have in the deck? None. All right, chat. Here's our opportunity. Time to shake and bake. Okay, we've got Verse Seekers. We've got N in the discard pile. Go Dragapults. Energy. They've only got 1 prize remaining, so time to mount a comeback. We would like the Swell. Only 10 cards left in my deck. That would be big. And I have all 6 prizes to take. No Swell. That's fine. Still out there. We shred. Knock out the peak. We'll take our 3 prizes. Got Marnie. Another energy. Cool. Another N. Still don't have my Acerola either. I don't have another Dragapult to bench. At this point, I am guaranteed to knock out the Bolton next turn with a Max Phantom. And it looks like they're going to be extending the hand. Insane deck, chat. Insane deck. Look at that. And we got turn 1 Guzma smacked with full blitz, and we still won that game with some heads up play. You know, we were just patient. That was nuts. Yo, chat, guess what? I got a turn 1 Wobbuffet. Every game, dude. Every game. Oh, except I don't want a Wobbuffet. No, because I'm playing against this deck. All right. But we do have the Swell. Even better. All right. We can beat this deck. It's going to be tight. We already know that. But we can definitely beat this thing. We go here. Because they discard our energy every time. That's the tough part. And they going to be discarding our energy. We already know. So we can go here and just retreat into the Trubbish. And we pass. Yeah, you don't want to put the Wob active. This is the one matchup where putting Wob active is actually horrible. Because then you turn off the Ultra Necrozma's Ultra Burst ability and allow it to attack, right? And then they had the lab, but the Swell ate the lab, so that's what it's there for. The Garb is good. You want to have the Garb. The Garb is just, it's for those ability decks. If you run into an ability deck, you're going to be thankful that you had the Garb. A Garb into one play, it's one of the strongest plays you can possibly cook up. Now against the Pikarom deck, they were very aggressive. I went Wob active, and they still Guzma turn 1 full blitz my guy under Wobbuffet, which is just like, okay, sure, you know. All right, we go here. Get ourselves this. But we still won that game, right? We still won. It was, you know, it was just a little tight. Okay, so we go here. We just simply get ourselves another Dragapult. And something I need to look out for in this match is that I can Tapu Cure. That's something that I haven't been doing. Tapu Cure can be really big because they could hit 2 of my Dragapults. I can go back into Lele and just fully heal 2 Dragapults. Now, the worst part about this matchup is that they discard our energy every time. So I actually don't mind this turn of sitting behind Trubbish again, so long as they don't Gust. Yo, thanks so much, Bastion, for that Prime sub. And Tim, thank you for the kind words there, Tim. I'm glad you like the new expanded video. All right, yeah, this hand is great. But yeah, we don't mind this position at all. We definitely like having the Float Stone on a Dragapult because then we're gonna be able to soak a hit. And then I think our goal is to soak a hit with 2 Dragapults. And then, you know, go back into Lele. That seems like the way. So we've got our second energy. And then I can just Marnie again. We definitely want to knock out the Necrozma. So we'll go quick ball away the Garbodor, which certainly will not be needing that. Get ourselves... No! Ah, that was a misplay. It's cool. I meant to grab... It's cool. I'll just bench it. I meant to grab Dragapult, but we're just going to bench this thing. I mean, I'm going to Tapu Cure anyway, so frankly, I don't care. All right. And then we're going to Marnie. If my opponent gusts up and KOs my Lele, then that's just like totally free for me. We're gonna make like life a little bit harder for them by breaking their own lock, and then we go for Max Phantom, and we're gonna place our other damage counters onto the Trubbish. Seems good. But yeah, having a Lele down is not bad for us, so it doesn't really matter. If they Gust up and KO my Lele, it means that they're not removing an energy from a clean Dragapult. Oh, yeah, I guess I could have Enhanced Hammer. Thanks, chat. I guess I could have done that. Sorry, I didn't even see the, I didn't see the energy. I didn't see it, chat. I didn't even see the double dragon. I'm sorry. All right, we're chilling, though. We're chilling. No worries, chat. No worries. Yeah, we should have hit, obviously we should have hammered. It's cool, though. It's not going to, we're saving it. We're saving it for later, all right? We're saving the hammer for later, chat. Yeah, our hand is so broken, we just didn't need it. All right, and then we go. Give me the old Max Phantom, right? We want Float Stone on the active. That's cool. Yeah, Max Phantom. So broken, we didn't need it, chat. We go 2 there, and then put a bunch here. That seems cool. Take double prizes. Love to see it. And then, yeah, I did just miss. I just totally spaced for a second. But I think this matchup, now that I actually know the matchup, I think it's favorable. Now that I know about Tapu Cure, I think that you should just win this matchup. Because your dudes have 320 HP. You play Acerola. You have Tapu Cure. This is literally like an Ultra Necrozma deck's worst nightmare, right? That you... Yeah, this is an Ultra Necrozma deck's worst nightmare, I think. That you just heal all of this. And we are getting end to 3. We don't have a great hand, but at this point, we've done quite a bit to their setup. I'd be very surprised if they happen to have Float Stone energy off of this. Yeah, but if you open Wob, that's obviously not great. We do find treasure. Okay. Just go here. There's nothing else that I want out of the deck. So we can just max Phantom. And then truthfully, I can place 5 onto the Ultra Necrozma. But I think we just put our damage counters here so that I set up win next turn. But the problem is if they lock it up, my thought was if I put 5 here, that then even if they remove my energy, I could still knock it out with a shred. That was my thought. But now I have game set up. All I need is a single energy, and I will win. So they're going to end me to 2. And we're going to see what we can do, chat. And we've got the Gnarly Gnar off the end of 2. Love to see it. So they're going to discard the energy. All I have to do is get one more energy and I win. We will grab another Dragapult. Seems fine versus Seeker. And we see, all I got's Marnie. Sick. All right, guess we're Marnieing. Gonna go see my next 5 cards, chat. Yeah, none of those are energies. Sad. So what we need to do now is Trainers Mail. That's fine. My next few cards had some energy in it. It's not worth it to shred. It's better to retreat into Wob and pass. Right, I'm at 2 prizes remaining, so it doesn't matter now. We're just sacking a single prize. And we hope that they don't have Guzma to knock out my guy. That would be good. So let's see if they've got it. Got Garbodor. Trainers Mail, they're digging for Guzma. So they can bring up my Dragapults and finish it. All I need is an energy. They've got Cynthia, no Gust. So if I find 1 energy, I literally take 2 prizes for game. That's all we need. They're going to Luster Downfall. We've got Juniper, so we're going to dig 7 more cards into the deck. Very high chance of finding what we need. There it is. All right, and that is going to be GG's, Max Phantom. And then finish off the Garbodor as well. And take that double prize. Take. Sick. I mean, to me, that's the biggest joy in playing a card game is meeting together with friends, right? meeting together with friends and, you know, and playing a strategy game together and building those relationships and things like that. That's the most important, you know, that's the coolest thing about playing a trading card game, right? All right, we got a Dragapult mirror on our hands. Let's see what we got going on. We've even got the same Trubbish in the active. Very cute. And we do have a turn 1 Juniper. They're going to put the Dragapult into the active position. Okay. Now, mirror's always tough. Mirror is always tough. All right. I've got my energy. I've got my dude right here. I can Trainers Mail. I think that I don't want to poke for 30. I could poke for 30, and if I poke for 30, then I eat 130, right? And then I poke for 150. And it's like, yeah, I'm poised to take the first knockout on the Dragapult, but it's sus. Whereas they have an easy 2-hit KO on me. I'm actually in a better position if I poke for 30. Weirdly. Yes. I'm in a better position if I poke for 30, so I'm going to do it. I think. And then our boards are perfectly mirrored, which owns. Yeah, very funny, right? But I got the turn 2 Dragapult, so I think I'm just going to keep the Dragapult in my hand because I want to get as many Dragapults as I can into play. And I think we decided that obviously Tapu Cure is an option to look out for in this matchup. So they're getting their layout stats. Should be an interesting mirror match that we have. Crushing Hammers, Flare Grunts, something like that seems like it would make a big deal in the mirror if you're expecting to see a decent amount of mirror. I think that we've just been seeing a pretty big rise in Dragapult decks on the ladder these last couple of days. All right, they're going to go get Sycamore, draw some cards. Cool. So we definitely want Muscle Band for our Dragapults. That would be ideal. But, you know, we'll see. They got Parallel City. That's an interesting card. And they play Trashlanch, Garbodor, which they're discarding there. But as you've seen, I don't think that the Trashlanch Garbodor actually, you know, has too much potential in the mirror because you have to set up Trubbishes, and Trubbishes just go down. They're easy prize cards to take. So we're hoping that my opponent just doesn't find a piece that they need. They don't find the energy, don't find the VMAX, don't find something, and that we're able to get the turn 2 Max Phantom here. That would be big. They've got another Parallel City, bunch of Parallel Cities. I feel like Parallel City is not as strong of a card as it used to be because decks like ADP Zacian just don't even care. They're like, cool, I can do everything I need with just a single Zacian and a single ADP. They have Crobat down too, so they're digging. They need energy VMAX off of that Crobat. Now we can see already my opponent and I's strategies are very different here. And they do have Comp Search. Our strategies are very different. They've got their whole bench laid bare. And, you know, their whole bench filled out. They've got Crobat V as a liability. They've got multiple Trubbish as liabilities. Ted Bear wants to know, did I play Sword and Shield? Of course I did. I do play through all the games casually. I got Chaotic Swell. I should have. It's Enhanced Hammer. I don't think the Enhanced Hammer is going to matter. I don't know, though. I don't know. They could just put down a Horse Psychic Energy, and then I'm going to wish I had it, right? So we'll go there. Juniper. We do find the energy that we want. Find Field Blower 2. which is cool. So let's go energy here. And then I can computer search for a muscle band would get me the 2-hit KO on this Dragapult when they're not going to be 2-hit KOing me in return. So that would be big. We could see if we Trainers Mail into it first, but I think that I actually want to discard the Trainers Mail. Seems optimal. So we're going to get rid of those. Go get ourselves a muscle band out of the deck. And then next turn I can quick ball. Just going to smack. And then we want I think all 5 on the Trubbish. And if they don't evolve it, I'll get to ping 1 there. I know they're not going to be knocking out this Dragapult the next turn. I know they are going to knock out my Trubbish, so this next turn, what I want to do is I think quick ball for a new Dragapult. Seems good. And then put an energy onto it and Marnie. That kind of seems like what I'm doing. Now I wonder how Max Potion would play into the mirror. I mean, obviously Max Potion would be kind of crazy in the mirror, but then you got to play Max Potion and you're like teching for the mirror, but then how prevalent is the mirror really even? Like, we don't actually know. I mean, Expanded is kind of still a fledgling format. It's just now being, you know, kind of dug into a little bit deeper only recently. So you got the energy drop on the Dragapult. I'm a little bit concerned that they are ahead on the prize trade, or not the prize trade. They're ahead on the energy drop situation, but I'm going to be ahead on the prize trade because I'm about to take 4 prizes. So that's big. And yeah, we're definitely just going to Juniper. So we'll get rid of that. Go here. And I think my opponent set up a situation where this is going to just simply lose them the game, right? Because I'm going to take a bunch of prizes. All I really want to do is go Lele down, yes, and then I want to grab the Guzma because I know that the Guzma is going to be my game-winning card. So we're going to put the Guzma into the discard pile so that I can Burst Seeker for it, thin the deck a little bit more, get ourselves another Dragapult. And I can put the Dragapult down even. Maybe. I don't even know that I need to. I think we just max Phantom. Put 1 on the Trubbish. Knock it out. We're taking 4 prizes. Yo, thank you so much, Dante, for that tier 1 sub in the 2 months. I appreciate you, Dante. Thank you for that. And then we get to go 1 here and 4 here. And it's literally... if I just Guzma Dragapult next turn, if I Guzma, well not Dragapult, if I Guzma the Lele with my Dragapult, I win the game. So, you know, obviously the fear is that they could end me to 2. But I do have a win condition set up next turn. They have to knock out my Dragapults. They have to do that. They have to end me too. But we've definitely put the pressure on because that Lele is down. So we're seeing now by benching all of these things, my opponent has given me a route to win. But by benching the Lele, I do also give my opponent a route to win because they can just put 5 damage counters on a Lele, Tapu Lele GX, but I could Acerola my own Lele, which is interesting, if I do find a Versus Seeker. So, have to see what is going to be the route. I'm getting ended 2, so I don't have... Now they're going to be going for game on my Lele. And they have Trash Lands Garbodor. So that's tough. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So only 180 damage. It's not... Okay. I think I promote the Lele. I think. No, we promote the Dragapult. And then I could Lele, I could Acerola the Lele if I find a Verse Seeker. There's no card. Actually, if I top deck, no. Top deck Energy won't do it. No, yeah, I have to go here. Okay, have to go here. Top deck Juniper. Wow. Okay. So I have to see if I go here. What's the route? What is the route? I have enough for them to deal a treasure for a Dragapult swing. Then all they need is Guzma, game over. They likely have it. Right. Okay, we're gonna go Trainers Mail. Find Verse Seeker. So then I could Verse Seeker to Lele. But we're not. Acerola, Guzma, Marnie. I can end my opponent to 2. Right. Do I have N in my discard pile? I don't. I could Marnie my opponent. But then I could treasure away the Juniper. Okay, so Disruption, Marnie, I think is what we're going for. Go here. Go here. And Marnie, I think. That or I Acerola the Lele, but that doesn't work. Because then I would have to top deck. Yeah, Guzma's in my discard pile, so I can't even Lele for like... I could Lele for an N, but they're going to smack me for 130. So I have to go Marnie. And hope that they don't have Guzma. I find energies. So I have game next turn. If they don't have game, I have game. So we're hoping that they just don't have it. We go Max Phantom. I should have probably not done that because they can Acerola the Lele and then I still could lose. So what else could I have done? I could have put 5 damage counters on the Crobat, potentially. Yeah, that just seemed greedy. We should have gone 5 on the Crobat. That was greedy for sure. But we'll see. That was very greedy of me. Greedy indeed. But they do just have a 5-card hand. Doubt they have Dene or anything like that. See, they've got a treasure. I doubt they play a second Lele. Don't think so. Yeah, because the math there doesn't make any difference. Doesn't make any difference at all. They've got a new Dragapult. So this mirror match is just weird. Really weird. Crazy. They've got the Garbodor. They just have to Max Phantom, and that is going to be well played. Don't have it. Not enough items in my discard pile for them to one-hit KO. And we've got the Verse Seeker for the Guzma. And we can just bring up the Lele, take our final 2 prizes, and we see how close that was. That was just an insanely close Dragapult mirror. Wow. The Trash Lance didn't come into play. And it like kind of was close, but didn't come into play. And Lele, you know, on both sides, the Lele was going to be the win condition for us. So GG's there to my opponent. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content every single weekday. If you've got extra cards lying around the house and you're trying to get some cash for them or store credit or a new booster box, make sure to check out the Full Grip Games buy list. We are always buying bulk and singles at the shop, and selling your cards to Full Grip Games directly supports the content I create here on Tricky Jim. Filling out a buy list is really easy to do. You just fill out the buy list with the cards you want to sell us, you send us the cards, and we send you the cash or store credit or a new booster box. Got a video on the website explaining how to do it all. Y'all take it easy and have a most busted day. Peace.